Hey guys, I'm going to be talking about Jake Paul's association with betr. If you don't know, betr seemed to be an advertiser on the recent Jake Paul Nate Diaz fight, and when I looked into it, betr seems to be all about microbetting. Now, before I get into that, I want to preface this with a story from a comedian that I was a huge fan of and still am, Norm Macdonald. He passed away sadly, but he had a severe gambling addiction, and he talked about it multiple times in comedic ways and in serious ways as well. But one of the things he said that was the most intense rushes that he ever got was kind of like what microbetting is on betr, except he would do it to the umpteenth degree. Essentially, he said that he would go against people like Artie Lang and bet on a basketball match, for example, and each person would put up an absurd amount of money per basket made by each team. So let's say you did $5,000 a basket. Every time one team, your team, makes it into the other basket, you get 5,000 and vice versa. It's this constant up and down rush that really kind of gets people really high when you're really addicted to sports betting and things along those lines. So now that I see that betr has some sort of system that seems somewhat similar to this, it definitely makes me quite worried, especially with the large increase in gambling that we've seen as of late. I really do think things like CSGO boxes and all that stuff really prime my generation particularly to become gamblers when they got older, and it's definitely concerning to see how deep some of these websites are going and some of the crypto stuff that's happening, etc. But let me explain betr's mini or micro betting. It's pretty much a similar thing where you can go in and pick certain things, minuscule aspects of games to say, hey, this is what I'm going to bet on. It can be either an over under, or it can be like, hey, I'm going to bet per basket, or you can do during the middle of the game. You can be like, hey, I think that this next play is going to be a touchdown, and you can put money on that. Or if you're watching basketball, you can say, oh, this is going to be the next basket is going to be for this team. Baseball, for example, you can say, the batter is going to get a home run on this next one, and you can put incremental amounts of money. And I'm imagining, since most gambling sites don't really give a fuck, they're probably going to allow pretty large bets. And that's what definitely would be the scary part, is how addicting that something like this can be for players. That constant up and down really leads to this intense rush that people are trying to get of euphoria from that constant up and then delay and then up again. It's definitely something that seems like it could be quite dangerous, and I'm curious to see if, it goes to any other websites or anything like that start doing that. I don't actually know if there are other ones that already do that. If there is, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I don't really play any of these gambling sites or, go and do any bets really or anything like that. So I'm not too familiar, but it is definitely worrying to see that they are just going further and further and further. It's pretty crazy. What do you guys think, though? Do you guys think this is fine? Do you think it's bad? What do you got to say? Let me know in the comments down below. Besides that, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. That'll pop up during the outro, and the rest of our links are down in the description too. We have gaming sessions for gaming content, movie and smoking sessions for movie content, CrazyRocky for variety content, and the Tried podcast as our podcast channel. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.
I stay out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open